Hey guys, welcome to part 3 for this tutorial on how to build this large modern house. Here in this video, we're going to be doing the backyard, which includes a pool, tennis court, and basketball court. And I'm going to be doing the interior layout for the house. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and list off all the blocks we're going to be using for everything on the outside. So I have some blocks of andesite, diorite, stone bricks, white concrete, gray concrete, green concrete, and red concrete, cobwebs, dark oak fences, and then we have some weighted pressure plates, white stained glass panes, hoppers, diorite wall, quartz slab and quartz stairs, oak leaves, jungle log, jungle trap door, a flower pot, 2 flowers of your choice, so I have a blue orchid and a cornflower, iron trap door, furnace, cobblestone stair, cobblestone slab, and a cobblestone wall. So I went ahead and grabbed a potion of swiftness because we're going to be cutting out all of the grass here at the backyard and a little bit at the front. It would be nice to be using it so we could get it done a lot faster. So what I'm going to start by doing is deleting the outer edge of the plot size that we have here. So all this orange concrete on the outer edge, I'm going to go around and delete. And then pretty much all of the grass within this shape here is all going to be cut out. I went all the way around and cut out that shape where the orange concrete was. So now, as you can see, we have all of this space within that shape that we just cut out. And I'm actually just gonna go ahead and delete all of the grass that I see, as well as this extra orange concrete that we have, because we will be cutting every single piece out. So this might take a few minutes, so I'll see you guys in a second. I'm just gonna fast forward most of it, and I'm just gonna cut out all of the grass. We'll start by doing all of the grass on the outside of the house. We are gonna be cutting all of the stuff out on the inside, but we'll worry about doing that once we actually head on to the inside. So for now, let's just focus on everything on the outside. So I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. I'll fast forward it, so actually it's gonna be like a couple seconds. So see you guys when I have it all done. Alright, I'm deleting the last few blocks of grass right now. There we go. Okay, so I'll take a quick look. This is the backyard. And for now, like I said, I just left it all on the edge. We'll worry about deleting all the grass on the inside of the house when we actually start working on the inside. So I'll head to the backyard. And we'll start back here first. And I guess we'll do the pool first, since not everyone might not want the basketball court and the tennis court. We'll start with the pool right here first. I forgot to mention we are going to need a water bucket as well for the pool. So for now, all the blocks we're going to be using for the pool is going to be some white concrete, gray concrete, quartz slabs, and quartz stairs, and then once again, the water bucket. So make sure you have your white concrete. Head on over here to the right side of the house, lined up with this white concrete wall, and go from the corner of it and make sure there's 2 spaces here. So you're on this 3rd block and you want to place a block of white concrete. So we have 2 spaces until we meet up at the corner of that wall. Okay? Now behind this, going towards the back side, you want to place an additional 8. So including this one, it's going to be 9 in total. So starting here, 8 more. Okay, now head to the left of that and place an additional 17 in that direction. So including the one that we're going to have here, you should count 18 in total. So starting right here to the left, an additional 17. Okay, so now you should count a total of 17 from corner to corner. And then when you look at it from this side, from corner to corner, there should be 9. Now, let's fill this entire side in until it lines up with the other blocks that we just placed, and then connect it all together, and you should have a big rectangle like this. Let's mark out where the hot tub is going to be. So let's see, we have 2. We want to pretty much leave 4 spaces here. So we're going to start here, place 3, go to the left, place 2. So just 4 spaces like that left over. Okay, let's add another layer on top of this square shape that we have here. Alright, cool. Now, switch to your gray concrete and fill in a layer like that where the 4 spaces are. And then we'll go ahead and dig down an extra layer of dirt up until, it doesn't really matter, I'll go ahead and do it right here. So we have 2 spaces from the hot tub, and then we'll go ahead and delete everything behind that. You can make these shapes however you would like. So I'll have a level here, I'll go down an extra level right here, and then the deepest level of the pool right here. If you are on a standard flat world, you might not go as deep as me. I think the standard flat world is 1 block lower, or 1 block higher than how I have my world set. So I'll go ahead and show you in a sec. So this layer we just cut out, we'll go ahead and fill in with the gray concrete, I forgot to mention that, or whichever block you prefer. Now, I'm going to cut down 2 blocks, and I believe the standard flat world only goes down this deep until you hit bedrock. So the next level I'm going to go down is an extra level lower. So go ahead and just don't worry about doing that if you are on a regular flat world. Just make the pool as deep as you can. So I went for layers. We'll go ahead and do 1 more. So 5 long, or 5 wide. We'll fill this layer in with gray concrete. And then we'll go to the deepest end of the pool and go down an extra one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's fill in the final layer all the way down here. Okay, there we go. So like I mentioned before, if your world doesn't go this deep, don't worry about it. Go ahead, I believe it goes like right here for the deepest. Or it might actually go down this low. I'm not too sure. If yours doesn't, don't worry about it. You could just fill it in however you like. Now I'm going to cut out this dirt right underneath all of the white concrete for the sides. And then we're going to switch to our white concrete and fill this all in. And then we'll go ahead and fill it in with the water bucket. Alright, there we go. Now let's switch to the water bucket. We'll go ahead and do the hot tub first. And then I'm going to continue and fill in all of this here. Then we'll work our way all the way around. And just try to fill it in the best you can. Alright, I just about got it all. A few little spots that I have to patch up. Let me try to see if I could get it. Think I got it. Okay, there we go. So we have the pool all marked out. Alright, let's go ahead and do the diving board now. So that's what the quartz slab and quartz stair is going to be used for. We'll go to the deep end of the pool. And right here in the middle, we'll go ahead and have an upside down quartz stair. So let's go ahead and place that one and place one upside down just like that, right in the middle. We'll put a quartz slab on each side and then 2 more quartz slabs going over the water. And then behind that upside down quartz stair, put a regular stair. And there we go. That is the diving board. Nice and simple, not too much to it. Now, we are going to, I guess we'll head on to the tennis court area next. So right on over here. So all the blocks we're going to be using for the tennis court includes some green concrete, white concrete, cobwebs, and a dark oak fence. Make sure you have your white concrete. We're going to start by doing the outer edge of the tennis court first. head on over here to the corner of the house, and you want to make sure there's 2 spaces here, and then you can place a block of white concrete, similar to what we did where we marked out the pool. So we have 2 spaces and then the corner of the house here. Now behind that, going towards the back, you want to place an additional 12, so including this one, it's going to be 13 in total. Alright, so if you did the plot size, there should be 1 extra space remaining here. Now go to the right of that and place an additional 18, so including this one here, it's going to be 19 in total. So starting right here, to the right, place an additional 18. Alright, there we go. Now, let's fill the rest of this in, line it up, and then this last side here. So now we have the entire outer edge of the tennis court marked out. So we have 1 space further than the edge of this wall of the house right there. And then same with this side. So we have the edge of the house and 1 extra block further here. Alright, so there we go. Now continue with your white concrete, and we want to go on each side, starting here. So we're going to have like the white concrete, empty space, and then white concrete. So from one side to the other, have a line. We'll do the same on this side. Alright, now starting at this side, go ahead and skip 3 spaces. So you're on the 4th block. And place a line in this direction. Go to the other side, so 3 spaces. So you're on the 4th block. Place a line going from one side to the other. Like that. Now, go right in the middle with another line. So then there should be 4 empty spaces here on each side. And now right in the middle of where these spaces of 4 is, you want to have a line of white concrete down the middle. So I'll go up above. That might have been a little bit fast. This is what we have. So we have this backspace here, and then on that side as well, and then the 2 closer spots. So these are 3 blocks wide, and these smaller spots are 4 blocks wide. Alright, and there we go. Now all that empty space within the white concrete, we're going to fill in with green concrete. Now, the final thing left to do is the net area. So, switch to a dark oak fence. We'll place 1 here and 1 here. And now all the space in between those will fill in with cobwebs for the net. And there we go. We have the tennis court all marked out, looking good. Now, we're going to have a basketball court here. And it's kind of like a half court. So we have the hoop here, a 3-point line, then a half court line, and then a bunch of empty space over here for like pretty much the other half of the basketball court. But there isn't like a 3-point line or another hoop. It's just 1 hoop over here. If you wanted to, you could make some adjustments to make the court a bit smaller. So you could have a basketball hoop on each side. But I'm going to go ahead and stick to what I originally did, and that is just 1 hoop on one of the sides. So I gathered up the blocks we're going to be using for the basketball court and the hoop. So make sure to grab some red concrete, a hopper, white stained glass panes, diorite wall, white concrete, and gray concrete. And one thing I do want to mention, if you want kind of like a net for your hoop, you could grab the cobweb. I'll go to the original build actually, to the basketball hoop. So if you want like a net right underneath the hopper here, you could add a cobweb. That is up to you. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So let's head on back over here, and we will switch, or make sure you have your gray concrete. And it's going to be 13 blocks wide, just like the tennis court, but then 25 blocks long. So we also want to leave one space on each side. So right here. So we have one space on each side of that gray concrete block I just placed. So now to the right of that, towards the pool, we'll place an additional 12. So including this one, it's going to be 13 in total. And once again, it should line up with how the tennis court is. So an extra 12 to the right. All right, now going towards the tennis court, we're going to place an additional 24. So including this one, it's going to be 25 in total. So starting here, let's place an additional 24. Alright, it should meet up with the tennis court if you did everything correctly. Let's go ahead and fill this in, and then back to where we started. So we have the entire shape marked out for the basketball court. Now I'm going to mark out where the 3-point line is, the half court line, and then we'll fill the rest of the empty space in with gray concrete, and then we will bring up the basketball hoop, and then we pretty much have everything for the backyard. We'll fill in all the other empty space in with some diorite and andesite and some stone bricks. And then we'll leave it at that for everything on the outside for the most part. A couple little decorations over there. And then we'll head on to doing the interior layout. So let's mark out the basketball court next. Make sure you switch to your white concrete. We're going to mark out where the 3-point and the free throw line is first. So I'm on this side, opposite side of the tennis court. We want to leave 2 spaces of gray concrete here, so you're on the 3rd block. You could delete that. We'll do the same on the other side, right here, so 2 spaces. And we'll start here actually. So make sure you have your white concrete. You could place 4. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, now go from the corner of that and in 1, and place 2. Now, go from the corner of that and place 1. And then 3 for the remaining space here at the top. Now, let's mark out where the free throw line is going to be. So it's going to be right here. So we have these 2 blocks on the bottom one. We'll bring it straight across like that. And then that is pretty much it for the 3-point line and the free throw line. Now, go to the top of the 3-point line. And starting right here, you want to skip over 6 blocks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now make sure you're on the 7th block. Place 1 block of white concrete here, and then 1 on each side of it. So you place 3 in total. Go up to the corner. We'll start at the left first. We'll place another 3. Let's go back to this corner, place 3. And then up here at the top, from the corner again, place 3, like that. Now, go to the left side, fill in 3 spaces, and to the right, fill in 3. Delete this block of gray concrete and replace it with white concrete as well. And now we marked out where the half court line is going to be. And there we go. Now, all the other space is going to be gray concrete. I'm going to fill this in. And then we will go ahead and do the hoop. Now the entire basketball court is filled in and looking good. Now let's start working on the hoop right there. Next, switch to the diorite wall. And we're going to start marking out the pole for the hoop. So right in the center of the 3-point line, right here, we'll place 1, and then place 1 on top of that. And delete this bottom one, because we don't want that here. So now we have 1. On top of that, place an additional 4, so it's 5 in total. Now, go to this side, switch to the red concrete, or you could actually have whichever color you want, or whichever block you want here. I'm just going to use red concrete, and we're going to place it there. Switch to some white stained glass paints, We'll place 2 on each side. And then a layer on top of all of this. And that is the backboard. And now we are going to have a hopper. So I guess we'll place one here for now. And let me crouch and place another one. And then we'll delete that. Alright. And now I did mention you could have a cobweb right underneath here for a net. That is up to you, but I am going to leave it like that. I guess if you don't want this little piece back here where the hopper is, I guess you could place them so that you stack them. So let me crouch and try to jump. Oh, I can't do that. All right. So much for that. Let me see. I should be able to do it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. And now it doesn't have like that little piece jutting out at the back. It has this one at the bottom though. But I think that looks better. So we'll leave it like that. All right. Now we could actually, we can't really clear all of these quite just yet. But let's grab the diorite, the andesite, and the stone bricks, and we're going to start filling in all the other empty space around the outside of the house. I'm also going to grab a potion of swiftness to get it done a bit faster. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure you have your diorite. And that is the main block I'm going to be using to fill in all of this space. So that is the first thing I'm going to do. Let's just completely fill it all in with diorite first. Then we'll go back and cut out a few holes here and there and fill it in with the andesite and the stone bricks just to add a bit of extra texture. So I'll see you guys when I have it all completely filled in with diorite first. I went around the entire house and filled in all the empty space remaining with diorite. Now, if you wanted to, you could just leave it all diorite as it is right now, but I just don't think it looks as good, so I am going to add some andesite and stone bricks. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to cut out a few holes here and there. We're not going to overdo it. And just a few little spots just to add a little bit of extra texture. And all these holes are going to be filled in with the andesite and the stone bricks. Alright, and I think that should be good enough. We're not going to do too many. And now, for about half of the holes that I just cut out, I'm going to fill in with stone brick, I guess, first. And then the other half will be andesite. And now let me make sure I didn't miss any. I think I got them all. So we have the entire backyard. Don't want any random hole left empty. That'll look a bit weird. Now, we'll head to the backyard first, and we're going to have a table with some chairs right around here, and then a grill over here. And that is all the other decorations for the backyard. Then there's like a little table and some bushes that I have at the front, and that is about it. And then we'll head on to the inside. Let's go ahead and do the grill first. So I have some cobblestone stairs, cobblestone slabs, a cobblestone wall, a furnace, and some iron trap doors. We'll start with the furnace first. We're going to have 2, and it's going to be right here, 2 like that. Switch to some cobblestone stairs. We're going to place 1 on each side in that direction. Then we're going to place a sideways one so they curve together. Okay. Switch to a cobblestone wall and have it right here. And now that I'm looking at this, these furnaces need to be pushed up 1 extra block. And then I actually should have some full blocks of cobblestone. So normally, yeah, I forgot, my bad. There should be 2 full blocks of cobblestone here, but we do have the slabs, so we'll just place them like that. And then an extra 2 like that. Okay. And then on top of the furnaces, we're going to have the iron trap doors. And there we go. That is about all I'm going to do for the grill. Looking good. And now we'll have a table. So we have our white concrete, the quartz stairs, a weighted pressure plate, a flower pot, and I'm gonna use the corn flour. So let me swap out that. Okay, let's grab the white concrete first. And we'll have the table, how about right there? I think that's a good spot. And then we'll have a quartz stair on each corner of the table so that they are like that. Then we'll just have a couple weighted pressure plates where the chairs are. Then a flower pot right here. And that is it. So, there we go. That is everything for the backyard, I believe. Let's take a look. Looking good. Now, let me head on up to the front yard. We have a couple decorations up here. So, switch to your quartz stairs. I'm just gonna have a small table right here. So 3 quartz stairs all curved together like that. And then I'll have a flower pot. And this is where I want the blue orchid. Like that. And that, I believe, is all I had. Oh wait, you know what? I did have some bushes here, so let's grab those. So, grab a jungle log, the jungle trapdoor, and some oak leaves. We'll have a jungle log on each corner, like that. And then a jungle trapdoor on each side of that block of wood. And then 3 oak leaves on top of that. So there we go. Just a little decoration here at the front side of the house. So I guess when you like walk up to the front door, there's a little something here. And then I want a bush up here where the balcony is. So a jungle log right here in the corner. Jungle trapdoors on the side. And 3 oak leaves. And there we go. That is it. Now, we can head on to the inside of the house. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the entire layout. I might do like half of it. And then in part 4, we'll do the other half of the layout and then all of the furnishings. Because everything outside took a lot of time. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do half of the interior layout. So pretty much everything for the first floor, I guess, or half the first floor. And we'll leave it at that for part 3 of this build. So I went ahead and grabbed some light gray concrete, and I have a potion of swiftness. The light gray concrete is going to be used as the floors. That is what I used for the entire first floor of the house. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use my potion of swiftness and cut out all of the grass within the house. And then we'll replace it with light gray concrete. So I guess I'll go ahead and see you guys when I have it all done. Make sure to also get underneath the glass as well. So I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. So we have these spaces here. We have this here. Just to make sure you don't miss any spots. And then I guess we'll cut that out as well. Why not? All underneath here where the doorway is. And then we have this space here. Wrapped all the way around. Alright, we have another window here, because we don't want any random grass just showing right underneath the glass. That'll look a little bit odd. We have this window here, and over here. And what else? We got the front door. We got another window right on over here. And I think that is all of them. Yeah. Okay. So I just went all the way around the edge of the house and deleted all that grass just like stuck underneath the glass still. And now we're going to continue deleting all the rest of the grass in here. So I'm going to use my potion of swiftness and do that. And then all the empty space that you see, go ahead and fill in with light gray concrete. So I'll see you guys in a second when I have it all filled in. Alright, I'm just now finishing up with the floors. Just about got it all done. And then we have a few little spaces that we have to fill in where the walls are. And then we have some space that we have to fill in where the ceilings are. And then, so like right here and stuff. And then we'll mark out a few of the walls for the layout. And then we'll leave it at that for part 3. And then, like I mentioned in part 4, we'll do the rest of the interior layout and all of the furnishings, and that'll be the final part to the build. So, let's go ahead and start marking out all of the walls, filling in some spaces, filling in the ceilings. So I'm going to gather up all those blocks, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So I just grabbed 2 blocks. We have some gray and white concrete, and we'll start in this big area first. This is the kitchen, dining room, and living room area. So let's head to this wall. So this is towards the backyard. We have our white concrete. We have this L shape here. We want to add an extra 2 layers of white concrete behind that. Okay, and that is it. Now, let's head to this side and do the same thing for this L shape here. And there we go. Now, let's look at the ceiling. Switch to your gray concrete, and we have this space in between this white concrete and the glass. So, let's double up the layers here as well. So, add an extra 2 right around all of the glass. And then we pretty much have everything filled in for this big old space. There we go. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, we're done here. Yeah, we do have a wall going from one side to the other right here. So I guess we'll go ahead and do that. So switch to some white concrete. We're going to fill this in. Like that. We are going to have a doorway right here in the middle. I do have to double check how many blocks wide it is, but we won't mark it out quite just yet. We'll go ahead and continue filling up this wall all the way up to the white concrete here at the top. So just bring it all up, fill it all in, and then we'll cut out the hole for where the doorway is going to be. So let me go on this side so that we could get out still. So now we just have a solid wall of white concrete here, like that. And we are going to have a layer of gray concrete right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Switch to your gray concrete, and right up against that wall of white concrete that we just placed, we're going to fill it all in with gray concrete, as well as up here. And then just work your way all the way down to the floor. Now we have a layer of white concrete and a layer of gray concrete all filled in right there. Next, we're going to cut out a hole for the doorway. Okay, now switch to your white concrete. On each side, we want to make sure we leave 3 spaces of gray concrete. So we're going to cut out a hole right there. We have 3 spaces right here. Let's go to this side and do the same thing. So we have 3 spaces, cut out a hole. All right. Now we want to bring this up an additional 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it is 5 in total. Let's go to the other side, bring this along and back down. Now we have the shape for the opening here. Cut out all of the rest of this gray concrete, as well as all of the white concrete behind it. So like this. We have this wall as gray concrete, so that means we want to make sure we have our white concrete, and we're going to go along the inner edge of this hole and add a border of white concrete like this. Okay, so now you can see the door frame. We have the gray concrete walls and the frame of the doorway white. Now switch to your gray concrete. On this side we have all white walls, so now we want the frame of the doorway to be gray. Like that. Looking good. Okay. So make sure there are 4 blocks in height within the doorway. Now, with your gray concrete, we're going to have the same wall that we just filled in over here for this side. So right here, just right along, we'll completely fill it all in for now, and then we'll cut out the doorway. It's not going to be nearly as big. So I'm going to bring this all the way up to the top and make sure to fill in this gap as well. And now that I'm looking at it, we have this space here. Make sure to fill this in and this side as well. Before you forget, do not fill in these gaps here quite just yet. We'll do that after we fill in this wall. So let me fill in this wall, and then we'll do, they're like pretty much beams going across in between the pillars, but they are not gray, they are white. Okay, did I fill that all in? I did. Okay, so let's do the beams now. So with your gray, or my bad, with your white concrete, bring it down 2 layers and have a beam like that. Let's do the same for the 2 other spaces. All right, and there we go. This hallway is all looking pretty good so far. I really like this feature here. I love these windows, I love the beams. I think it looks really good. Okay guys, there is an adjustment that we need to make. Actually, you really don't need to if you don't want to, but I think it'll make the house look a bit better. Ignore this. I was trying to figure out what was wrong, and I figured it out. It's no big deal. So, we have 3 spaces here, but I was basing it off of the door here. But this glass where the door is should be pushed in 1 extra block. So I guess it actually, we really don't need to. It looks good as it is, to be honest. If you don't want to push the glass in, you don't have to. But I'm going to. Same with this side, it should be pushed in 1. That is it. Literally, that is it. I was trying to figure out what the heck was wrong because it wasn't matching up. It's because this glass was messing me up. So, if you don't want to push the glass in, you don't have to. All you need to make sure, if you leave the glass just as it is, make sure there's 4 spaces here instead of 3. So I'm going to push this in 1 block on each side. And yeah, that is it. So, push that in, and then push that in. We'll have our door frame here. And then on this side, go ahead and push it in. And that is it. So I am going to keep it just as the original build is, so that's why I'm pushing mine in. But if you like it as it is, go ahead and leave it. So there we go. So this doorway should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide. Okay, there we go. Now this glass, I'm gonna hurry up and grab it. So we have some black stained glass panes and some dark oak fences. I'm going to push this in 1 layer. So I'll show you what it looks like actually. If you like it as it is now, or if you like it the way I'm about to do it, it's up to you. Okay, so I just want to push it back right here. That means this is going to be some diorite instead. And then we'll bring this all up. All right, and then what do we have? 2 layers up here, and then curve this out. Okay, so then the door looks like this. It's just like in 1 block. It's not on this block, but it's on the second one. So you could have it like that, just as it is, or you could leave it as it is like this. It's up to you. It's pretty much personal preference. So I do want to mention once again, if you decide to change the door to this, make sure there's 3 spaces of gray concrete. If you decide to leave your door like this, make sure there's 4 spaces of gray concrete. Okay, and then before I fix that, let's go back here to the backyard. So based off this window, we want to make sure we have 3 spaces of gray concrete here. We're going to cut out 4, bring it up an extra 3 in height, and then we have a doorway here. So once again, this is based on the fixed window, 3 spaces. If you leave your window how I had it originally, make sure there's 4 spaces here. And that is it. So pretty much this doorway, let's go ahead and mark it out. We have our white concrete. We'll mark it out like this. Make sure this doorway is lined up with that one. that is it. So just like this side of it should be lined up with that one. Okay? And one other thing, make sure this block isn't lined up with this glass. Make sure it's out one extra block away from the glass. So just as it is now. And that is it. So I guess I'd recommend pretty much just fixing this just so that you don't mess anything up. But it's up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and push this one in as well. Just like the original build. And then we will head on to what we were doing before. So a very, very, very simple fix. We just have to push this glass in one block. My bad. I didn't notice that when I built it. So replace that. Go ahead and have your glass here. Okay. And there we go. It's all fixed now. We're all good. So this is in one block. This one's in one block. Once again, if it's in one block like it is now, 3 spaces here. If you have it out one block, 4 spaces here. Okay, same with this side. If you have it in one block, 3 spaces here. If you have it out on this layer, then 4 spaces here. Okay, that is it. Now, let's head back to this doorway. We have our gray concrete. Let's go on the other side of it and add a layer of gray concrete behind that white concrete. All right. And now we are going to continue on. Let's see. We have all of this and all of that. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is leave it there for part 3. So in part 4, we'll do the rest of the interior layout for this side and then all of the furnishings. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for part 3 for this tutorial on how to build this large modern house. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 4. We will then be finishing the build.